Have you ever wondered how some websites appear as sources inside ChatGPT answers? Imagine this. Someone asks ChatGPT about your topic, and instead of showing a competitor, it shows your website as the reference. In this video, I'm going to show you step-by-step how you can make that happen, even if you're a complete beginner. So stick with me, because by the end of this tutorial, your site could be the next one appearing in ChatGPT's search results. Hello everyone, welcome to this video. In today's tutorial, we're going to learn how to make your website visible for ChatGPT searches. You may have noticed that sometimes when you ask ChatGPT a question, it shows website links as references. Pretty cool, right? The question is, how can we make our own website appear in those results? The good news is that the process is not very complicated. In this video, I'll show you everything step by step, in detail, so even if you're a complete beginner, you'll be able to follow along. Before we get into the practical steps, let's take a moment to understand something called crawlers or bots. Most people don't realize how websites even show up in Google, Bing, or ChatGPT results. Here's how it works. Crawlers are automated programs that constantly scan the internet. Think of them like tireless librarians. Every day they go into digital libraries, websites, read the content, take notes, and store that information in a massive database. Later, when someone searches for something, the search engine doesn't need to check the entire internet again. It simply pulls the answer from its database. Crawlers will follow links across your website, read and analyze your text content, check accessible files and sometimes images, and then store all that information for future searches. But here's the key point. Crawlers only go where they're allowed to go. This is where the robots.txt file comes in. The robots.txt file is like a sign at the entrance of your website. It tells crawlers, "You're welcome to enter this section," or "This part is private, please stay out." If your robots.txt file isn't set up properly, crawlers may miss important content, and your site might never appear in search results, including ChatGPT's references. That's why the very first step is to make sure your robots.txt is ready. The first step is to make sure that crawlers can actually see your website content. This is done through a file called robots.txt. Think of this file as a sign at the entrance of your site telling bots where they're allowed to go. To create it, open any text editor and paste the following. Let me paste it in a text file. Create a new text file. Now save this file as robots.txt and upload it to the root of your website, where your index.html or index.php file is located. For example, my server uses cPanel. In cPanel, go to File Manager to open this page. On the left sidebar, click on public_HTML to enter the folder. If you don't see this folder, don't worry. Different hosting providers may use different structures for their files. You just need to locate the main root folder of your server files. If you can't find it, simply contact your hosting provider support team. In my case, I have WordPress installed on my server, and since I'm running multiple websites, I need to upload the file inside this folder so it will apply to Netrixon.com. Now click on Upload at the top. Then press Select File and choose the robots.txt file you created. Wait until the upload is complete. Once uploaded, go to your browser and type your website address with / and robots.txt. For example, for me, netrixon.com/robots.txt. If you see the same text displayed, everything is working correctly. One important note, if you are using a firewall or a CDN like Cloudflare, make sure GPTBot and OAI SearchBot are not blocked. Now that crawlers can read your site, the next step is to tell Bing about your website. Why Bing? Because ChatGPT relies heavily on Bing's index for web results. Go to Bing Webmaster Tools and sign in with your one of them accounts, for example, Google account. After logging into the site, you see two boxes. If your site is already verified in Google Search Console, just click Import and you're done. But here, I'll show you the manual method. Here I'll type in my full domain. For example, https://netrixon.com. Then click Add. Now you need to prove that you are the site administrator. To verify ownership, the easiest way is to download the XML verification file and upload it to the root of your website. Click on the file to download it. Then upload it to the root directory of your site, which is the main folder where we uploaded the robots.txt file. And click on the Verify button. If you uploaded the file to the correct location, you will receive a congratulations message. The next step is to submit your sitemap so Bing can index your site faster. A sitemap is basically a map of your website that lists all the important pages, so search engines like Bing and Google can quickly discover and index your content. If your website is built with WordPress, the easiest way to generate a sitemap is by using an SEO plugin. For example, with Yoast SEO or Rank Math, once you install and activate the plugin, the sitemap is created automatically. If your website is static, meaning it's just HTML or PHP files, you can create a sitemap using an online tool like xmlsitemaps.com. Log into the site, enter your site address, and then click on Start. Since the domain Netrixon.com has only been connected to the host for the purpose of this tutorial, there are not many files on it. Therefore, we will use our other website to create the XML file. And you can download your sitemap by clicking on View Sitemap. After you've downloaded your sitemap file, the next step is to upload it to the same location as before. For example, I'll go back into my server's file manager, and inside the same folder where we uploaded the robots.txt file and the Bing verification file, I'll upload the sitemap file as well. Once the upload is complete, you can test the access again. To do this, just open your browser and go to your website address followed by /sitemap.xml. For example, netrixon.com/sitemap.xml. If you see a page that looks similar to this, it means you did everything correctly. Just remember, the more content your website has, the larger the file will be, and you'll see more code inside the sitemap. Now let's go into the Bing Webmaster Tools dashboard. Here we click on Submit Sitemap. In the box that appears, type the full address of your sitemap file. For example, https://netrixon.com/sitemap.xml. Finally, click on the Submit button. That's it. Your sitemap has now been submitted to Bing successfully. Before we move on, let's take a quick pause. If this tutorial has been helpful so far, please give it a like. It really helps the channel grow and tells me to make more tutorials like this. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you won't miss the next videos. Also, drop a quick comment below and let me know what kind of website you have. That way I'll know which examples to include in my next tutorials. All right, let's continue. After submitting, you can immediately check the status of your sitemap. It will usually show as pending at first. If everything is correct, the status will change to success. But if there's a problem, you may see an error message. So make sure to check the status and confirm that your sitemap has been processed successfully. After completing all of these steps, your website is now ready to be indexed by Bing, and eventually it can also appear as a source in ChatGPT search. Remember, indexing may take several days. There are faster options like Index Now that can speed up the process, but the safest and most reliable method is to simply wait and allow Bing to index your site naturally. Very soon I'll be making new videos where I'll show you how to configure Index Now and also how to submit your site to Google. So if you don't want to miss those tutorials, make sure to subscribe to our channel. Finally, let's make sure everything is working properly. Open your robots.txt file and double-check that crawlers are allowed to access your site. Next, go into Bing Webmaster Tools and use the URL inspection tool to confirm that your pages are being indexed. If everything has been set up correctly, your site will gradually be indexed in Bing. Before we wrap up, let's quickly mention a few common mistakes. Some people accidentally block important bots in their robots.txt file. Others forget to submit their sitemap in Bing Webmaster Tools, or they simply don't check the indexing status of their pages. By avoiding these mistakes, you'll make sure your site gets indexed smoothly. And that's it. Let's quickly recap. First, we prepared the robots.txt file to ensure bots can access the site. Second, we submitted the site to Bing Webmaster Tools and added the sitemap. And finally, we tested everything to confirm it's all working. With these simple steps, your site will get indexed faster, and your chances of appearing in ChatGPT's web results will be much higher. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.